Hi. The future of employment in America. You've heard me talk about education, and everything that is related to it is made available to the citizens of this country. You've heard me say that. You've heard me say that the facilities, the infrastructure for this will be the best that it can be, representative of a nation that's going forward. You've heard me say the same thing about health care, that every American citizen from the womb to the tomb will have from the best health care system that America can produce, unlimited and unrestricted access to it. Prevention, treatment, cures, and maintenance. And all of this you've heard me mention, free to the citizens of this great nation. And you ask, I'm sure you do, because you are intelligent, how in the world can that be done? And rightly so. Under the American system as we currently have it today, this, as I have mentioned, is impossible. However, it is possible. We have systems all over the world producing the same effect as this one here, right here. Some are called communism, some are called socialism, some are called dictators, and some are called capitalists, whatever. And they go about it little different ways, but the end result is the same as we have here. And so what I'm speaking to you about would require not a duplication of any system that exists, but bringing in something that's new, something that is designed from its inception to create the finished product of this which we speak of, or which I speak of to you today. And these wonderful things, these reservoir of goods and services, they are the result of every citizen in this country, every citizen who is required to go to school, from school age up to a certain age at least. Every person who can be drafted into the military if need be, or if so desired. Every person who lives in this country come here with a dream, something to do, something to be purposefully fulfilling in this life. They got a dream, they got an ambition. That's why they're educated in that particular dream, in that particular ambition. That's why their health is maintained. So that when all of these things are working together for good, the door can be opened that allows them to walk out in a career of their own choosing, that they have qualified themselves to be the best that they can be. And every phase of life that is in the American process, indeed the process all over the world, but specifically that's here in America, every phase of it is considered in this design. This design which allows every participation, every career choice, an opportunity to play in this role of life. And in so doing, we have a reservoir of goods. That is everything that we as people have said, we want that. We create that. From houses, from cars, from food, from clothing, from children, everything. We want that. Every phase of it will be filled with those who have the desire for those careers. And they will just create an overabundance of everything. And out of that abundance, you who are participating in life, you who are participating, from those of you who are working, and that's all of you, don't have to work hard because there's too many of you doing probably the same things that you love to do. So you won't be working that much, but you will be taking time to enjoy the work that is being done. Every last one of you. Now that's totally new. That's totally new. The concept is that what I realize is that, and everybody on the planet, I want you to listen, none of us brought anything here with us, and none of us take anything away. So everything that exists belongs to a power outside of us, as do we. And so to think about how these things grow, how they flourish, to serve as a guide to us of how we as human beings can flourish, how we can grow. And the way that I have seen before me indicates that this is not the way. But there is a way, and it comes to me from out there. A powerful out there embedding itself within me so that I can see that these things can be done. And it only requires that you treat people as you want to be treated. And you do this because you recognize that you are not the authority. This nation was founded on those things that you have studied and many things that were left out. But it doesn't bear me repeating it because it does nothing to create the world that I'm speaking to you about. The world that I'm speaking to you about requires your participation. Only government is when you decide what you want and how you want to do it, and you establish it as the way. That's the government. And it's only to be changed when we can do things to bring more expression of love to one another. I'm asking you by the next presidential election to have made up your mind that we're not going to listen to this junk we've been hearing. And maybe I should apologize for calling it junk because most of you have thought it was your bread and butter. Those of you who are rich, I don't want you to think that this campaign is against you. It's not against you. Those who are poor, I want you to know that it will appear that I am speaking for the poor, not to pull the rich down, but to lift the poor to the area where the rich is, and they can together go forward. This is the ambition that I bring to you, and I hope that you can see that in the access of education, healthcare, and careers of choosing, that the great possibilities that I have listed and mentioned to you here right now are as possible as you looking in the mirror and saying yes, because you are going to play a part in the physical manifestation of it. I want to thank you so very much. And once again, remember this. The stuff that I speak to you about is not trying to polish up the system as we know it. You see, this system was founded on some ugly things. Some people call it ugly. Some people call it beautiful. But the result is there's a lot of wonderful things happening. And it would be beautiful, but the drag of all of its failures is putting it down. So we got to, you and I, we the people, have to remove the drag, not by cutting it off, but by opening the door that polishes it up, all the way up to the level of humanity. And God gets the glory. And you, the people, are God's children because you acting like God. Until next time, bye-bye.